Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On today's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
He's back.
Hey. What?
Back again.
You playing that?
Shady's back.
No, we did not plan that whatsoever.
No.
Oh.
We just made the same joke. It's how we've been friends for too long. We made the same joke.
And to be honest with you, I figured he was going to say the bitch is back, and I was just going to say he's back. Because I made a point while we were recording that I didn't care.
That's not very nice.
Yeah. And he was very adamant that you were a bitch for not being here. Very, very adamant.
I wouldn't say very adamant.
It was both episodes we recorded. It was the bitch
Look,
isn't here.
I was here, and I was sick.
You have to be here.
This is your house.
Yeah.
I talked about it in the episode. I was like, basically, the two that have to be here is me and Jarrett.
Yeah.
If we say we're not watching it, then it's fucked.
Yeah,
It's
that's
never
true.
going to happen.
So, this week, we're going to talk about Invincible Season 1. Mm-hmm. And, boy, we'll bring up some stuff at the end.
And some anticipation for Season 2.
Yeah.
Second
the
half of
rest
Season 2.
So, first up, notable actors. I'm going to kick us off with J.K. fucking Simmons, who...
He is the notable actor.
Yeah, who
The
does
king.
everything.
Yeah, no, he's the
The
best.
king.
It's just great to see him in everything.
It doesn't matter what it is. If he was in drag, I would watch it. Actually, I would especially watch it.
That'd
if he
be
were in drag.
interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Uh,
I'd watch it.
I'm trying to think of besides him.
I mean, Steven
Stephen Yeun
does very well.
is good.
As Mark.
I tend to like Jason Mantzoukas, who plays what's his name, the fire guy.
Not Fire Guy.
Explosion guy, whatever.
Yeah, I can't.
It's something.
I want to say Roy Harper, but I know it's not Roy Harper.
Boom Boom guy.
It's very cliche.
Yeah, it's very good though. He does
He just
Also,
he
I
plays
guess-
a dick.
wonderfully. Also, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
I guess.
Rex.
Yeah,
Rexplode.
that's
Yeah. I told you
fuck
it's stupid.
the fucking name.
I don't know how on this type of thing, like, anyone recognizes. I mean, I know, like, other voice actors are great, and there's a lot of voice actors, but
Well, see,
if there's J.K. Simmons on it, like, I'm just anticipating the next time I hear J.K. Simmons talk when I'm watching it.
You're not listening to anything
No,
else
I just,
happening.
like,
there's
screw
this,
that.
There's this thing called Amazon X-ray. So anytime you pause it, it just shows you who's on the screen.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I still
So I just
don't
learned
care.
it.
Yeah.
I just have, and I've done this for years because I do it, especially with anime.
Yeah.
Is I have this weird ability to hear a voice.
And be like, I know that voice from somewhere. Who is it?
It's not even I know that voice from somewhere. I will hear the voice and attach it to a previous character.
Yeah.
Like there's one actor, he plays Loxus. I can't even remember the actual actor's name, but he plays Loxus in Fairy Tail, and he plays a bunch of anime. And every time I hear it, it doesn't matter what, I'm just like, that's Loxus.
Loxus.
And then I look it up, and I'm like, yep, sure
Yeah, I
is.
have that problem with remembering voice actors' actual names instead of their main character names that I remember them by. Like Illidan. I can never remember
Liam O'Brien.
Liam O'Brien. Yeah. See, I can never remember his name, but I always remember, that's Illidan. And I feel really bad about that, but at the same time,
That's what I say,
It's
too,
like a
is-
formative memory, though. It's like whatever your brain attaches to that first
yeah.
indelible memory you have of them.
Next up, have either of you read any of the comics?
Absolutely
I have
not.
No.
Okay. They're in my Amazon buy later thing. I can't say wish list because I don't look at my. I just like save it for later.
Yeah, you're like
In the cart?
You go cart, save for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a lot of effort. And when I have so many other things I actually want to read, I'm not going to do it.
yeah, this is probably more so what I would actually read personally. But then again, TikTok just after you watch a show and you start seeing things because it starts coming out, you just see the comics anyway. Because I've done seen
If they
good chunk of
compile
what
it into
happens.
a graphic novel, I might get it.
Well, they have like the volumes.
Yeah, they got 3 volumes out right now. I don't know how much.
I don't like how
Is this
how
still
much-
ongoing?
I think so. It may be finished. I don't want to lie to you.
I didn't know.
It very well could be finished. Next up, do you like the animation style? This was another show that caught me off guard at first with the way it looked, and then it kind of grew on me. We talked about
and Blue Eye Samurai.
Blue Eye Samurai. It did the same thing. It caught me off guard and then grew on me to where I really like it. And I actually really, really like this animation style compared to a lot of others.
No, I mean it's very plain Jane basic animation style to me. Like
It
it's
feels
not,
very much like very similar to me to like 90s superhero cartoons.
Yeah.
I mean, or like Gargoyles or something like
Yeah.
that. It's very similar to that. It hits a bit of nostalgia actually for me, so I actually really like it. I don't know if I like it or if I'm just used to it though.
The thing that I did notice is all the way up until Omni-Man fights the fake Justice League, there's like no blood almost at all. 0.
Which that's the end of the first episode.
Yes. So with that whole first episode, it's very clean.
Yeah.
Like seems almost Saturday morning cartoonish. And then you get to the end and it's like, oh.
Oh yeah, it's been finished for a while. It looks like
Yeah.
It goes pretty dark quick.
yeah, it does. It finished in 2018, so it's been finished. So there's 3 volumes, and that's it.
Oh,
Or 3
that's not too bad.
compiled volumes.
That's not too bad. I could probably do that, but I don't want to buy it either. So.
Says, fuck, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to spend money on things.
I don't even want to download a PDF. I'll be honest. So
Next up, the Mahler twins clone dilemma. Never knowing which one is real. Yes, I know. Which you haven't watched it. You did.
I watched
but
the
you
first
weren't in it.
episode.
Yeah. I don't think it came up in the. It might have came up in the first episode.
Well, I know they're in the first
no.
episode.
yeah, I watched the first.
I think
part
it's
of
episode
season
4,
2.
season 2, like the last episode.
Does it say which one is?
Well, a thing happens. Spoilers for season 2.
I don't care.
A thing happens where they can now tell who was the original.
Or who was the one that at least was
Yeah,
alive?
it was the one who was alive before they cloned.
Yeah. Because at this point, I feel like the original's probably been dead for like
Oh yeah,
ever.
That's very much the clone dilemma itself.
Yeah.
Is you would lose, especially if they have every memory, every thought.
Well, I mean, it's not an uncommon. It's not like a really common trope to use, but they do that in some other shows too. So
Yeah, I know a lot of shows try to get around it because they make the clone and then they go separate ways. And that's the problem with the Mahler twins is that because they're both there, they both have basically the exact same memories.
Yeah.
Or like of exact same.
there's a few animes
Thing
I've
of
seen
what-
that use like the same trope.
Like My Hero with
Twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even like in
That like almost drives him crazy.
JJK, like you got the what's his name that makes all the robots and stuff. Now he's dead.
Megamaru.
That's
Kind of similar. It's like a twist on it.
Yeah. I'd say more like Mahito splitting himself.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
next up, I literally wrote knock off Justice League because
I
they
can't
were
remember who it's something stupid what their name is.
They were so fucking close to the I mean,
yeah, at this point, it's like a it's what I don't want to say Kirkman's famous for, but he's like him and the guy who did The Boys. They're just they both came up in that time when it was like Justice League was
it was a
boring. It was like Justice League, so they like poke fun of it, make fun of it, spoof it, show them how shitty they are.
Well, it has been shitty for quite a while.
Yeah, but it's like they can't like now. But now that trope is now so far overdone. It's like, all right, well, let's come up with something.
Well, I mean, you have everything from like Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like in this, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, it definitely this and The Boys both started coming out at a time when it was cool to beat the fuck out of superheroes and hate superheroes essentially.
Well, it plays off of a problem that has been created by so many like Marvel and DC movies that have come out over the past 10 to 15 years that a lot of people are really tired of the same old basic superhero tropes.
Yeah.
So you have these that play off like just directly the opposite, where they're just murdering them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Immortal, who was essentially Superman.
Yeah.
To a degree, he didn't really have the laser vision.
He's more like, you know who he is? He's Superman and Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
That's literally who he is.
Yeah. There was
It does make Superman a lot cooler.
Yeah.
There was War Woman, who was
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Red Rush was the Flash. Martian Man.
But Communist Flash.
Yeah, Communist Flash.
That was he's like the most interesting character, I think, out of them that they show.
Yeah.
It's like because he's like, oh, like him fucking beating the shit out of Omni-Man, and his hands just start fucking disintegrating.
Yeah.
That is fucking holy shit.
Yeah. Martian Man, which was Martian Manhunter. I mean, they might as well just added Gatherer behind it.
Like it's almost so close. It's like
Yeah.
you're this close to getting copyright. This close.
Staying just far enough away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the real key.
Yeah. And then Darkwing, who was Batman.
Batman,
I mean, flat out Batman.
literally Batman.
And then Aqua. I don't know how you would actually say this.
I don't know.
It says Aqua Rus, Rus.
Aquarius.
Yeah. Whose species is literally Atlantean.
Yeah,
Which-
but he's funnier fishman. He's funnier Aquaman because he's a fish man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got Green Ghost, who I don't know who would be.
Green Lantern.
It's Green Lantern.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because they're
They just do a little bit of a twist on it. Yeah.
yeah, because their abilities are definitely way different.
Yeah, but she has like a green thing that she wears that gives her powers.
Yeah, the suit. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay, that makes more sense. I guess I didn't think of the
It is
suit.
it is the furthest away, I would say, from
Yeah.
The original.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's still green.
It's still green.
It's
They
still
could-
green. That's half of it.
Yeah.
See, I guess I didn't think of it as the suit giving her powers. I thought of it as her having the powers and then just wearing a suit.
I mean, I don't know.
Which
I'm
I
just-
don't.
I don't even know if it goes in that deep,
No,
Yeah.
and especially in the show.
because she's dead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, doesn't matter now.
Just to stone choose someone else.
The only one left is the Immortal
Yeah.
because he's immortal. Mark's first fight foreshadows the entire fucking series. And what I mean by this is Mark gets the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him. And then that's the entire series.
I mean, that's literally like that's why he's called Invincible because he literally just
Yeah.
they can't kill him. They never can kill him. That's the whole thing. Even throughout the rest of the comics, is he loses the fight, then he comes back and fights him again and wins.
Yeah.
Loses the fight, comes back, fights him again.
Which is very tropey.
It's trophy.
And it's also my argument as to why Goku would beat Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's problems.
Comic book Superman that would not kill Goku. And then the Saiyan,
Bro, he could even kill him. They just use a Dragon Ball to bring his ass
I
back
mean,
and he
yeah.
kills him. And then Goku is all right. You're dead. Fucking die.
yeah, but I'm meaning like
Yeah.
the whole I don't kill Superman, not DC Superman who killed Zod and then just said fuck morals.
Morales.
And next up, what went through your head during the Omni-Man? I put betrayal scene. Obviously, I mean, whenever he killed fake Justice League. Because I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, holy fuck. Because I didn't know anything about the show. I didn't know anything about how it would go. Just watched it, and I was like, wait a minute.
That was spoiled for me just because it's like
A
some
huge
of-
moment.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's like somebody's like, I was like seen the trailer originally, and they're like, wow, wait till you get to the end of like episode 1 when he kills the entire fake Justice League. I'm like, God damn it. But it wasn't. And then, but it's not, that's not really what the show is about anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah, but
And
at the
it
same
kind of
time,
is, but it's like,
I feel like if you read that somewhere,
Yeah.
you would be like,
What?
That's not real.
yeah, what?
And then you would ignore it, and then it would happen, and you would still be kind of shocked. What'd you think about it?
Surprise Pikachu face.
The betrayal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, those are some of my favorite scenes in any movies ever. Is when they just go ham. Yeah. Oh my god, this is so good. That's some of my. I don't care who it is. Darth Vader going ham in Rogue One. It's always so satisfying to see a bad guy go ham because they never let him do it. They never let him do it in so many movies. So to me, it's always very satisfying, even if it is evil, because I know they're going to keep doing the story and things are going to
Escalate.
and progress, and then you're going to have some sort of resolution, even if it's a negative resolution.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because I'm here for the story. I'm not here for some weird campy beach episode. Even though I do like beach episodes, that's not, it can't end in the beach episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like these types of things where it's just, yeah. Unless it's on Rebel Moon, and that sucked.
Next up, Hellboy Sherlock Holmes seems useless. Like, I understand he's there to try and catch Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, what's he going to do when he does? And I feel like that's most of the show.
Just reveal to the public that he is
an ass, but at the same time,
the guy who killed him. I think that was his whole plan.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he wants truth.
He's kind of snapped already. Does he really give a shit? You know what I mean?
No. I just think he wants everybody to know that Nolan did it.
Maybe.
And I think more importantly, he wants Mark
to know. Well, I mean, they're banking on Mark being the one that can stop him. Next up, who is your favorite powered person in the show? I asked this very shortly after killing off a bunch of powered people.
Oh, yeah, sure. The entire show?
Yeah. There's throughout season 1.
That's
I don't want to
fine.
say entire show because there's some powered people.
It's easy.
All right. You got yours?
Define this. Is it just any of the like superpower people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
I got mine.
I don't care if they're the bad people.
Oh, I got mine.
AKA Omni-Man.
I got mine.
Jarrett.
Battle Beast.
Okay. Ethan.
Omni-Man. I mean, it's Superman, but how Superman would actually be in
with
reality.
a mustache.
Yeah, with a mustache. And who doesn't like
Mustache Superman?
Mustache Superman. Yeah.
I also feel like you may be a little attached because it's J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Mine is Mark because I'm a basic bitch.
He says, I like the protagonist.
I do. I love protagonists for some reason.
Basic bitch.
Yeah. I'm not. Also, I just like that he gets the shit beat out of him. I think it's funny every time.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Which is terrible to say that's your favorite powered person, and then you're just like, I like him because he gets the shit kicked out of him.
You were bullied in school.
No, he was the bully.
Tyler?
Yeah, he likes seeing the guy get the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, I thought he was just relating.
No.
Oh.
I feel like if you got bullied in school, that would not be your favorite thing. You'd be like, oh, this brings up like traumatic memories.
Yeah.
But if you were the bully.
But, I mean, they're also, you got to think about it because he's coming back and winning after the next fight. So, therefore, he's the whole I stood up to my bully trope.
Sometimes.
Sometimes he just goes back and gets the shit kicked out of him again. Oh.
What does this one mean? I don't know what you wrote in here.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. He's Alan the Alien.
I wrote Ethan's favorite voice actor.
Yeah, no, he's...
No, he works in this.
Yeah.
Is he?
It's
Yeah.
not... It's
I-
not
I-
the
I-
worst.
I get what you're saying.
It's not
My
like
brain
him
was
playing Donkey Kong.
He doesn't
Okay.
do like the voice. He's actually acting. I feel
Yeah.
like he's like, man, that sucks.
Yeah. It's better in this than in Mario movie.
Yeah.
A lot better.
I just know that Alan becomes a bigger part of the show later on, so I'm curious if
it'll
they
get
don't,
worse.
Yeah, if it'll have the voice at some point, basically.
That's very possible.
And then next up, did you catch the Earth Isn't Yours to Conquer? Basically, when Omni-Man was on the bug planet. I don't know that they were really bugs.
They're like bug. Man, they're like
They look like bugs. Did you catch that the first time? Because I know that was a big deal for a while because everybody was like, oh, I didn't catch it.
I mean, I don't know if I subconsciously catch it, but you saying it and reading it, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something he would totally say in that moment. Be like, the Earth isn't yours to conquer.
Yep.
Well, it's like the character just really like saying these like
One-liners.
one-liner cliches, like just to have them to say, and I really like that.
He definitely did just say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then next up, Omni-Man Omni-Man says, I won't leave the planet in case it needs saving, but then immediately goes on vacation and says, I'm not saving those people.
Yeah.
Like, leave the planet then. You're not doing a job anyway. Who cares?
Well, he's not here to save people anyway. That's not his job.
I know that. But to use it as the excuse of why you're not leaving the planet, I guess it's also because he's trying to keep up a facade, which was weird because of that.
He's choosing to stay to save the planet, not every person on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, obviously,
It
but
has to be a big enough threat for him to be like, all right, I guess I'll go help.
Yeah.
Like Mark getting the shit kicked out of him.
Because he's basically going to use Mark to try and, or the plan was to use Mark.
you don't
to
bring a
help take over
nuke
the
to a
planet.
knife fight. It's just overkill.
Yeah.
I would. You should. It sends a message, Ethan.
Fucking just send a message.
You send a message and nobody brings another knife.
It sends
to
a
that
message
fight.
straight to your component atoms. Yes.
Next up, I wrote Dwayne Johnson's betrayal of Mark.
Yeah.
Because that one episode with Titan, I believe is the guy's name. The guy who literally makes
Rockman.
himself rocks.
Rockman.
Also, he looks like Dwayne Johnson. Like, if they made a live action version of this, they would 100% cast him. And then he has one episode. We see Battle Beast in it, and that's it. Like, that episode felt like a waste.
I think it's their man. They have a lot of these where they just like moments where I feel like they're trying to set up future stuff for later seasons, and you're like, why are we doing this now?
I did like going back and knowing all of like what Battle Beast is about.
Yeah.
It's more impressive that he didn't kill Mark. Because do you know much about Battle Beast?
Not much.
He's
No.
the most badass character in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
His whole thing is just to fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I
was
got
that.
that.
He fights. That's
Yeah.
all he does. He fights.
And he is probably one of
Is there
if
more
not-
in the backstory about him?
He fights a lot.
Yeah,
Fights a
there's
lot.
really
Okay,
not.
yeah, okay.
Very one-dimensional character. Badass. That's all.
When I'll tell you this, he does die by the end of the story.
Yeah.
And when he does die, it's because he fights another Viltrumite, and
Okay.
he just puts down his weapons. He's like, I want it to be a fair fight. So he doesn't use his weapons, and that's how he loses.
Yeah.
And it was it's wrote as a thing like he wants to die, and he knows that if he used his weapons, he would kill the Viltrumite.
He's like, I will kill this Viltrumite, and then I won't die, so I must.
He wants to die, so he's committing suicide.
So kinda him.
Essentially.
Essentially.
But he won't
Okay.
just like let him kill him.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
beats
He has
the
to.
fuck
He
out
has
of
to
him.
fight him still.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Next up, fibrillating. I knew I was going to have trouble saying that. Terminology is correct before the shock, but the flat line on the monitor. Wait a minute.
I don't know.
I wish I would have watched this.
Again.
Oh, okay. No. So I remember what happened in this. They said, oh no, he's fibrillating. We have to shock him. Then they showed the monitor, and the
his
monitor
flat-
was
flat.
a flat line. You
Yeah.
do not shock
flat-
asystole, which is what that rhythm is. It's just medical bullshit. That
Pisses
I
me
always said I wouldn't be that person that gets pissed off by medical bullshit, and
But
then I got to
yeah.
ICU, and now it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Don't ever watch House.
Yeah, I see a lot of clips.
Or do.
Although House is funny
It's
because it's just
fantastic.
very much out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You've got a nosebleed. He's got anal cancer. How the fuck
That's-
did you know that?
That's the whole point of the show. Is just
Yeah.
like weird shit happening.
I'm okay with that because it's satirical, basically.
Yeah.
It's essentially satirical.
But don't go watch like Grey's Anatomy or.
Yeah, all
But
this
that's like supposed to be the worst.
Oh,
too.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
So-
Either that or ER. Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy is very bad because they make the doctors do everything,
Yeah.
and
That's the problem with House too, is because you have those four
Four docs.
doctors doing everything when they should have like nurses are the
Yeah.
ones that do the
yeah,
things.
they just order it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just my soapbox because it was so close to being right. They just had to fix it just a little bit.
Because when have you ever seen a doctor run a blood test?
Never.
Never.
Yeah, exactly. And they do it all the time on those shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
it's
they're like,
'cause-
I'm going to draw your labs.
Unless the show is Scrubs, the nurses usually aren't main characters. Therefore, if
And
you want to have them
even-
doing, if you want to have them doing stuff on there, they have to be doing nurse work as doctors.
Scrubs is more accurate,
Yes.
Because it's mostly about nurses, mostly.
but they don't do a ton of medical jargon on there.
They're all
No, they're all
doctors.
residents.
They're residents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they don't do like a ton of medical jargon on.
No, on Scrubs, it's kind of about the doctor's journey, and it's more
Yeah.
treated like them just ordering stuff and trying to figure out what's going on with patients. And there's only like one really nurse
Yeah.
that's in there, the old cranky lady.
Yeah, which is also accurate.
Yes.
You work with one, Jeremy.
Are you calling Jeremy a old cranky lady?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought you were, but I mean, actually, we work opposite because since we're in the same position, I don't actually work the same time he does.
Oh yeah, I was talking about that actually last night. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Amber is such a cunt. Hit him
Well,
with the
with a
hard.
name like Amber.
Hit him with the hard T because God, I hate her character.
She's just annoying.
Yeah, and I don't know if she was in that way in the comics or not.
I believe it's even worse.
Really,
I believe it's even worse.
that irritates the shit out of me because I want to read the comics, but I hate Amber's character so much.
You ever met anyone named Amber?
No, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It,
Yeah.
it fits. It's a good name for it.
Amber Turd. That's the main one I think of.
Yep.
Which I watched Aquaman and I was irritated. She was in it at all.
Not in a lot though.
She was not, but at all was too much for me. And Sam. She even said, why is she in this? I was like, well, she was in the first one.
I thought she was gonna die.
I
was
fingers crossed.
I was like, well, yeah.
One day. One day.
No, well, not one day because they're not making anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah. Next up, do you think the violence and gore is too much at times? I put this literally before I talk about the train scene because the train scene was god awful to watch.
Why? What sort of question is this? Do you think the violence and gore is too much? No,
At
never,
times.
never. They could throw the people into a giant blender and show every second in slow motion. I don't think it would be too much.
Yeah,
It's
not,
a cartoon.
I mean,
Look.
yeah, but
After watching The Boys, nothing's too much. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
nah.
fair enough.
Yeah, the first superhero death in The Boys was
Dude, they keep
was
up
so
it. Like,
good.
what are you talking
It
about?
was
We
so
just
good.
this last season we just saw a giant fucking dick.
I'm just
explode.
talking I'm just saying
Like-
that's true. I'm just saying like
That's
the
when we're
first death
traumatizing.
was
Oh, yeah.
was over
the
the top,
tone.
but it was like the least
Yeah.
of the superhero deaths so far. And it was still over the top. And I was just, like cackling. Okay. Maybe I'm evil at heart. I'm not sure. But
But yeah, we know.
Yeah, we're aware.
it's okay.
Well aware.
Ah.
And then the last thing, the train scene actually became so popular, the newest Mortal Kombat game made it a fatality. You just grab whoever you're fighting and shove them through a train and a bunch of people, which was very interesting. And then now I've got it after the ratings, but I'm going to put it before the ratings. Split seasons are bullshit.
Yeah.
Because if you're listening to this, you have either... This is the week that Invincible comes back, is when this comes out. It'll be this Friday if you're listening before Friday, March 14th,
Yeah.
I think. So if you're listening to it now, it's coming out Friday. If you're listening to it after it came out, consider yourself lucky because you didn't have to, if you just picked up the show or something, that'd be great. But I just hate split seasons. There's several shows that have done it here lately, and I can't stand it. I understand the need for it at times.
Like, if you're gonna split the season, I'd rather you just do it weekly, like a weekly
Yeah, but
episodic
they
release.
did theirs weekly. They did theirs weekly.
once though,
And
like just give
They
me.
used
give
to
me
they
eight.
used to do this type of thing a lot more often though. Like in the 90s or early aughts, like you get a lot of shows, even like live action shows.
Well, that was for a reason.
yeah.
That was for sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for sweeps.
Yeah.
This is not for sweeps.
No, this is just
that's
to
what's
keep,
that's what's infuriating about it is it's not even close to being understandable.
In the
Well-
streaming age, that's why I have a problem
Yeah.
with it.
It's to
Why-
keep you subscribed for longer, which is why I'm
Yeah.
like I would rather just have it started in like the end of January or
And then do
beginning
weekly.
of February and just go.
Or provide content regularly and they won't have to get rid of their subscription because they're still watching things. How about that?
Yes, that is accurate.
Yeah, some people are like that. Some people, I mean, I'm like that where I just keep subscribed to everything.
I mostly do.
But some people are like, poor, broke, whatever. They're like,
or fiscally responsible.
Or physically responsible,
You just
whatever.
called everybody poor.
No, I'm saying some people that
you
can,
poor fucks.
Well, no, like where you have to be a lot more strict with your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're like, all right, well, I can afford this one streaming service for this month, so I'll
watch this
these,
stuff that's coming out
these
there.
5 things on there. Just cancel it. Get this, get this one.
Use a new email, get a month free.
Yeah. All the hacks.
I'm just thinking of like somebody like at an intersection begging for money, and they're like, "I don't take cash, but I have Cash App."
Venmo me
That's
$5.
what I'm Venmo. Yeah, just that's what I'm imagining right now.
That's funny.
I'm sure we're there soon, but yeah, it just irritates the fuck out of me. That,
They have the card swiper on there.
They have a square reader on the phone.
It's not even a square reader. It's just a full card reader.
It's just like a registered card reader.
Can you sign right there? Like, where did you get this? Oh, I bought it for like $600. What?
You want to sign up for rewards?
Okay, now let's get on to the ratings. Rotten Tomatoes, the exact same. Nothing changed in the 6 months
Well, at
since
this
I've
point,
made this script.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. 98% tomato meter with 88 reviews, and 92% audience score with 1,000 plus reviews for season 1. Not season. IMDb episode 1 is an 8.9 out of 10 with 11,000 reviews, which I believe, no, it's not the highest. Thought it was for a second.
Absolutely not.
Not even close.
Episode 2 is 8.4 out of 10 with 8.6 reviews, which is where you meet Rexplode, Robot, basically the mini Justice League, or Teen Titans. That's probably a better way to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then episode 3 is an 8.1 out of 10 with 8.1 reviews, which is where Nolan and everybody goes to the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 4 is Neil Armstrong, Eat Your Heart Out. It's a 7.7 out of 10 with 7.8 thousand reviews, or 7,800.
Yeah.
And that's where Mark goes to Mars and then brings back a whole fucking problem
Yep, whole problem.
that they don't talk about for a good while.
They won't. He'll bring it up in like 3 seasons and be like, "Here you go, bitch."
Episode 5 is That Actually Hurt with a 9.1 out of 10 with 9,000 reviews roughly. And that is the one where Dwayne The Rock Johnson betrays and you get to see Battle Beast. And it's kind of a side quest episode, which is fine. Episode 6 is You Look Kind of Dead. That's the robot episode where they go to college.
Yeah, it's the college episode.
Oh, that's why it's lower than the
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. And it's a 7.6 out of 10 with 8,000 reviews. And episode 7 is We Need to Talk. It is a 9.5 out of 10 with 12,000 reviews. And that is like the start of Omni-Man Snap, where they blow up the house. Mm-hmm. He kills Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby Hill.
That's definitely Bobby Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
There's no way it's
Oh,
not.
I didn't ever think of that.
Yeah. And then episode 8, which is the finale, has a 9.6 out of 10, which has the train scene and the entire Mark Omni-Man fight.
Yeah.
And then Omni-Man just says, all right, I beat the shit out of my kid.
The meme.
Yeah, the meme, basically.
meme.
Thank Mark. Thank. So now let's give our ratings. Oh, it's me.
Go.
I give it an 8.3.
Low.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but
You just don't like the middle part of it, really?
the
'Cause it's
middle part where
very-
it feels like it's filler. Like,
It is literally because they have to get him to the point where he can even fight Omni-Man.
Yeah.
I like that because it lulls you into this sense of
Security.
Yeah.
And then all the bad shit happens.
yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
While I was going through it, I was like, yeah, but then it got there and I was like, oh.
Which is probably why it's rated kind of the way it is because,
It's like down. Oh,
yeah.
way up.
Yeah.
Shit hit the fan.
Ethan, what do you give it?
I'd give it a 9.
9?
9. A 9 or upper 8.
It's respectable. It's just for me, the lulls are too lully, which I understand
He
them.
says with 8 episodes.
Yeah, well, I mean, You don't get more than 8 episodes anymore, it seems like.
You might get.
Well,
10.
I forgot about.
Unless you watch an
I
anime.
really forgot about the episode 6 thing, so I wasn't really thinking
When looking at
before
it,
this. So
I had to figure out what was 4 and what was 6. I was like, which one's the college
yeah,
episode?
I was not.
It was,
I was trying to figure. out.
That was really my least favorite. Was the college episode?
Yeah.
So.
That's when Amber's being her peak
But
cuntiness.
there's a lot of TV shows that go really down for me on like episode 4 around that area. So I'm not surprised, nor was I not expecting it. So
and at least this one, when it went down, it was more like filler episodes. It didn't impact the story too much.
I like filler episodes. Some, not too many, but some.
Just those last like
Not Dragon
3
Ball.
minutes of it seemed like of those middle episodes. They're like, oh, Cecil's up to his bullshit again. What's this? He's getting fucking robot zombies. All right.
I'll stick with 9. Because it really ends on a.
That one really high.
That is a notable
Yeah.
actor we forgot is Walter Goggins.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins.
Oh yeah.
I would say Walter. It's Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
But he also just doesn't fit because
He doesn't. It just
the
sounds-
voice doesn't fit with the visual of Cecil. I'm like, he doesn't sound old enough. I'll go with a 9.17.
Wow.
Oh, you're giving it a point?
Okay, so this came up the
New
last
thing.
time because he fucking, if you remember,
He
the
complained
last,
to us about
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
He's
remember
like,
that.
I don't do your stupid point system. He said, but I can't rate it higher than such and such, so I have to do your stupid point system. We did Blue Eye Samurai
Yeah.
and Gran Turismo.
I said,
and
fuck it.
He
He
like
gave
Immediate.
decimals?
Yeah, I immediately said, fuck it.
he was like, I give it an 8.3, and I was like, wait a goddamn minute.
We've corrupted him.
Yeah,
Also, it's rare that I'm the lowest.
it is rare.
Usually, I enjoy things more than you all.
Oh, there was a lot of death. That works for me.
There's a lot
That's
of
why
death.
it's up.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of death in
that's
J.K.
great.
Simmons.
Yeah.
A lot of death in J.K. Simmons. How can I not rate it high?
Do you hear that, Hollywood? If you want Ethan to enjoy
Murder.
your shows,
Oh, actually, you know what? You
I'm not alone in
way?
this.
Cannibalism. That'll
Yeah.
fucking get him.
That's not totally true.
That'll get you.
didn't the robot eat somebody?
I do like Hannibal. All the
Robot
Hannibal
eat
movies.
somebody?
Didn't the robot gnaw on somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The zombie robot did.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Maybe that's why it's not my least favorite like everyone else. But I'm not alone in this. The whole death thing. Look at the ratings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're like a whole point over
Yeah.
their other episodes.
yeah. I would almost argue though that that's more the drama part than
Oh,
just the death.
you can argue that all you want, but everyone loves that Darth Vader scene in the hallway.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But it's also a very dramatic scene too.
I'm just honest about it. All you fucks
I'm not.
lying to yourselves.
Not
You like the
lying.
death. You like the dismemberment.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't like the death. That's not what I mean. I'm not saying I don't like the death. I'm saying I think a good chunk of people like the
I like
drama
too.
of it, of a father fighting
You
his
say
son.
this about like you might say this about me, but I also really enjoyed Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
there's
a
the-
totally different ballpark.
Inside him, there are 2 wolves.
and they're both just stupid as shit.
One is murdering people, the other one is knitting a nice pair of socks.
I was gonna say gnawing on a tree, but I mean,
no, it's like, oh, Mr. Grantham.
it's no. That one is knitting in a bed, waiting on Little Red Riding Hood to come in and hopefully murder her too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right,
Just the wolf in grandma's clothing.
that's exactly when he said knitting. That's what I thought of. I couldn't help it. So, all right, that will wrap up the Invincible episode. Go watch it if you haven't, because it is good. I mean, we all said it's good. And,
Excelente.
and if you haven't watched it, welcome for the spoilers. You basically watched the show.
No, go watch
No,
it.
go watch
Oh,
it.
it's good.
No,
We didn't do
it's-
justice.
It's
We
very
did not.
good. Yeah.
So thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Use the links in the description to get all the other stuff, or go see all our other stuff. We got TikToks that I post daily now
Tic tac.
for a little bit until I run out of content, and then I'm going to be scrambling trying to figure something out. And we've got a YouTube. You didn't know? Yeah, you did. I put it in the Discord
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
you,
we have
You
that.
told me about it.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Hope it's a Snyder cut.